Nice.
Nice.
You want me to smile at the camera? Stoic? Just chill? What do you want me to do?
You gotta do that.
All right.
Hold on, should I have my tea? I should have my tea, probably. We've been sitting here for 15 minutes trying to figure out how to intro this video. So here's the intro to the video. Hi, I'm Owen with FPW Media.
I'm Adam from FPW Media.
And we're here to talk about a video we recently did called I Am Apex for Timber Products Company, specifically their Ampine division. And specifically, when they came to us about launching their new product, Apex, which is a composite panel product, we really worked hard and kind of thought about how can we make that visually interesting. We decided to have the story of the production of one of these panels be told from the perspective of the panel. So we shot the whole project on red. We shot on a red Epic W and a red Epic Dragon. What was really interesting is that the mills are really, really, really dark. Like, you can attest to this.
Insanely dark.
Insanely dark. So we shot most of it at 3200 ISO, I think?
Yeah.
That seems about right, yeah, which is nuts. And I mean, it looked fantastic. Shot it mostly on Canon still glass L series lenses with a cinema lens here or there thrown in. I'd say it's an artistic decision, but it was also driven by necessity, but it was really awesome how it worked out was the lighting. You know, we knew that going in, lighting was going to be a huge problem. We've shot in a lot of mills before, so we decided to embrace that lighting was going to be a challenge and actually physically show a lot of our lights in the shots, because in the mills there's all sorts of different lights that are different bulbs, different color temperatures, and we knew that we were going to have no control over that.
Yeah, because a lot of the times it looks like what we're shooting is a spot that needs to be examined anyway, so it could be a light that's spotted on there for a specific reason.
Right. So probably one of the hardest shots, I would say, from a safety perspective and just like a planning perspective, was our shots in the furnish room, where the dust comes in and the furnish comes in to be made into the board. And the graded footage, you can't really tell, but it was so dusty that when they were moving that, it was probably like a whiteout almost. I mean,
yeah.
Adam basically was with me, and I don't actually know what, you were behind me?
So I had one hand on your safety vest, just kind of pulling you around, making sure that you didn't run into anything, that if the loader was coming at you, we weren't too close. And then at one point, your safety glasses fell off. You must have just been filming blind, essentially.
I basically was. I mean, it was like I kind of knew where I could see where the loader was, and I could kind of see where the camera, but I was just basically imagining the framing because I couldn't even see the screen because the screen got completely covered over in dust at one point, and so we were just, but it turned out really well.
Yeah, and then as soon as the take was over, it'd be us running out, putting the camera on the stand, and then just, I mean, blowing it off like crazy.
Oh no, where'd Adam go? Sitting here with Jake, our senior editor at FPW Media, to talk about the post-production process on I Am Apex. Jake, do you want to kind of take us through our last product shot where we dip back into the narrative?
Yeah, and sometimes it's great because that one was actually really easy. That was kind of a move born out of the camera movement, and then all I had to do was really dip to black there and just pay close attention to where we were making the actual cut in both of those.
Well, and we kind of threw you a curveball on that one a little bit because that part of the project wasn't shot until almost the whole edit was done, I would say.
Yeah.
So you had this kind of gaping hole for most of the edit of where those product shots were supposedly going to go.
And then those were also kind of fun because we had a lot of visual effects to cover things that we couldn't get in camera.
So you added more fire. What else?
More fire. In the studio, it was kind of hard to not light things on fire.
Right, right.
So.
And then on the moisture scene, did you add a couple layers in front, or how'd that work?
I added some layers of smoke in front, and then I masked out the actual piece and added a couple behind it to give it that sense of depth that it has.
All in all, I think it's one of the projects that I'm most proud of, and we had a blast filming it. If anybody has any questions about the production or the gear we used or anything like that, please reach out to us and make sure to watch the video in full. Thanks for watching.